So I think back to the insurance, particularly our topic today on health insurance. Again, it's a very complex system. It involves a lot of moving parts, as you mentioned, pharmaceuticals, providers, hospitals, caregivers, insurance companies and reinsurance companies, agents, consumers. So there's a lot of moving parts. And I think again, the challenge is that it's hard to understand. It's a very complex system. And not only is it complex, but health insurance is probably one of those services, products, depending on how you look at it, that you really don't know what you're going to pay until you're done. Most of the products that you buy, whether it's again a car or a product or a service, you sort of understand, okay, well, what's this car going to cost me? And am I going to do the reviews? Can I test drive it before I buy it? And once I buy it, I sort of know what I'm going to get and what I'm going to pay and what my, maybe payments are going to be. Health insurance is kind of the total opposite of that. You just don't know. You pay your premiums and you sort of expect it to pay for claims, any kind of claims that you have, regardless of the claims, but you really don't know how much it's going to cost. And so that's a big challenge as consumers that we have. And I think it's just, again, I'm going to sort of say complex in so many ways. So we probably need to figure out a way to add some more transparency. So maybe there's a way to, if there's a particular service, a knee replacement, a hip replacement, or something that's a little bit more specific, maybe we should know how much it's going to cost before we do that. And so we understand what the cost is, and as opposed to sort of, okay, I need a knee replacement. You don't know what your copays, deductibles, and what the overall cost is. I think so. If we can address the complexity perspective, the transparency by sort of showing some of these, I think we could do a lot better. There's obviously a lot of fraud involved, and what happens, unfortunately, with fraud is that insurance companies and providers need to find ways to protect themselves. And within that unintended consequence of trying to protect yourself, consumers are having to do extra things and get pre-approvals that maybe are not required or not necessary, but they really are to try to prevent